Hey guys, it's Jeb here, and in today's video, is Bitcoin on track to breaking key support as you can see it on your chart before you, and heading even lower as Bitcoin continues to break level of support after level of support? Bitcoin has broken a lot of support over the last 48 hours, and it doesn't necessarily seem like that's going to be stopping anytime soon, guys. There are price targets for Bitcoin below $9,000, and we need to discuss those because this could actually turn into something major and very bad for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency industry if this trend continues. We're going to be talking about a little bit of bullish news here, even though the technicals are looking pretty bearish. Samsung's cryptocurrency wallet quietly adds Bitcoin support. We'll discuss this as this is an adoption story later, and I want to bring it to your attention. But as far as intros are concerned, guys, this one is going to be pretty short. I do want to go ahead and announce that we are going to be running a sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Linked in the description down below will be a $40 off coupon code. That would be August 2019. No spaces. You get $40 off at checkout if you go ahead and join us here. This course does sponsor the YouTube channel, so if you want to support the channel while also learning how to trade, the Bitcoin Academy is the place to do it. Anyway, guys, without much further ado, we're going to dive right on into it. This probably won't be the longest video in the world because there's some very specific things we need to talk about, and it's pretty simple what conclusions we're going to draw from them, guys. If we zoom out here to the 4-hourly chart, I want to show you something. Bitcoin had a rally here. Yes, Bitcoin was very clearly in a rally, and we did continue to try to test this downtrend of resistance. Now, what we did here is we tested above this downtrend of resistance. We were testing, guys, you have to understand, every level of resistance has like a zone around it where you're still really testing that level, but you're not. Right in here, Bitcoin is basically testing this zone of resistance. Even if it comes up here, or even up to here, it's still testing this downtrend. That's what we were doing. We were testing above this downtrend of resistance right up there, and that looked pretty bullish because it looked like Bitcoin would eventually have a bullish breakout here and move to the upside. Fortunately, that's not what happened. We came very close to the end of this and actually broke bearish. From there, we continued testing this downtrend of resistance, but this time we were testing on the bottom side of it, which is obviously a bearish development. From there, we went into another consolidation pattern, and you guessed it, we fell. So very clearly, even though Bitcoin had a pretty good chance of breaking bullish here, it has now rejected quite substantially, especially over the last 24 hours as we've crashed $1,000 from $11,400 to $10,300 with a recent movement bringing us back up to around $10,600. The reason why this is significant is because of the levels of support that we've broken. During the live stream, someone brought up a very important moving average, that being the 200 moving average, the 200 exponential moving average on the 4-hourly chart. Now, right here, this doesn't look very important, but let me show you something. If we look back in time here, we're going to find that Bitcoin follows this moving average very closely. Look at the level of support we got here. Right here, we got very strong support. Very clearly, Bitcoin was testing this, and very clearly, this is one of the defining levels of support that Bitcoin is using and has been using for the last several months. Guys, you can see that we were above this level of support perfectly. I mean, this is just beautiful. This is one of the things I love about markets, is how beautiful this is. Bitcoin was perfectly above this level and perfectly getting support on it. Unfortunately, though, guys, we did break through it back over here in July, and now, as of yesterday, we've broken through it again. I was really looking forward to Bitcoin getting support here. In fact, I placed a tentative long position thinking, you know, Bitcoin might get support here, and if it doesn't, I have a very tight stop loss. I went ahead and closed that at like 0.1% loss because it looked like Bitcoin's going to fall through it. Because a lot of times what you can do is you can have a long position right above a level of support, and then if Bitcoin breaks it, you just have a tight stop loss. That's what I went ahead and did. Didn't go ahead and play through. That's okay. But Bitcoin did fall below here. And guys, by the way, it wasn't just that moving average that Bitcoin was getting support on. It was also the 100 simple moving average here on the 4-hourly chart. This moving average has played a very similar role in Bitcoin recently. We had resistance on it, a lot of support back over here, I mean, you can see that this is another one of those moving averages that Bitcoin was loosely following. Bitcoin has fallen below that one now too. But guys, that's not all, because if we go ahead and zoom out here and I show you the VPVR, there's something very important on it as well. If we look here, about a week ago or so, the maximum on the VPVR was not up here because a lot of this trading had not happened yet. The maximum was right here. That means that we should have a level of support and resistance for the VPVR right here. And guess what's going on, guys? Bitcoin at this very moment, I can go ahead and get rid of the VPVR now that we have that level. Guess what Bitcoin's doing? It's fallen below that level, and right now we're still below it and looking like we're going to reject off of it. Bitcoin wants to get above this level, but I don't know that we have the strength to. Look at this, guys. I told you in the last several live streams that if Bitcoin falls $10,600 and around that region because of the VPVR is going to be an important zone. Guess what happened? Bitcoin fell below it overnight and has been testing it as resistance all morning. It looks like Bitcoin's going to reject off of it. Now we'll see what happens, but this doesn't necessarily look all that good right now. Furthermore, guys, let me bring to your attention probably one of the worst technicals that we're looking at right now. Bitcoin has just had a bearish cross on the daily MACD. Guys, check this out. The last time that we had a bearish cross on the daily MACD was back over here at the beginning of this downtrend. We should be coming to an end of this downtrend, at least theoretically, so why are we having a bearish cross on the MACD? That is not a good thing. I'm not happy to see that, and that does indicate quite a bit of bearish strength here, guys. A bearish cross on the MACD is something that normally carries a lot of weight to it, especially on a very high traffic chart like the daily chart. I want to give this 2 or 3 days to really confirm confirm itself. You guys know what I say about MACD. You want to give it a few days to really confirm that that cross has actually happened and it's not just going to reverse on itself and go bullish again, but it does look like it's going to stay bearish, especially with the recent market sentiment and the recent psychology of the markets and the strength that seems to be in favor of the bears right now. And guys, this pullback right here, the reason that I'm giving this so much attention, the reason I'm showing you all these bearish technical indicators is not to spread FUD, it's not to scare you guys. I never panic about my portfolio, but at the same time, guys, this could become bad for Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you exactly why right now. Let's go ahead and bring up our moving averages here. Let's go back to the 20 exponential moving average and go out to the weekly chart. Out here on the weekly chart, you guys may be familiar with a certain trend that is the 20 exponential moving average. Check this out. We're on log chart just so you can see it a little bit better. This doesn't change any moving average calculations, but as you can see, Bitcoin used this moving average, the 20 exponential moving average out here on the weekly chart, all the way through 2015 over here, all the way up till 2017 over here when Bitcoin hit all-time high. Bitcoin continually used this level as a level of support over and over and over and over again, guys. This is just another one of those beautiful things you see in markets is when a trend is being followed year after year after year. It's really cool to see this happen. And what we're seeing here is that Bitcoin was following this trend. It was staying above that 20 exponential moving average. It would have its healthy corrections down to it, and then it would continue higher. Look at what's happening with Bitcoin here, guys. Namely, look at where this exponential moving average is here. If we go back to our chart, guess what? This exponential moving average is moving up. And the reason that that's a bad thing is because it's converging with $9,000, our recent low. If Bitcoin does continue lower and hit $9,000, we hit a very, very important, crucial decision point. Does Bitcoin bounce at $9,000 and continue higher like it needs to? Or does Bitcoin fall below our 20 exponential moving average here and just fly in the face of everything that we should expect to see happen during a bull market? Because if we look on our shorter term time frames, guys, that 20 EMA is like right here. If we go below this, as far as price history is concerned, that really should be the end of the bull market. So hopefully that doesn't happen. That's down here at around $9,100. The EMA is around $8,900 right now. So keep that in mind, guys. If you see Bitcoin go down to $9,000, this needs a bounce. It very much needs a bounce. We do not want to see it go lower than that. Anything lower than that goes from what this is, which is healthy correction and consolidation, to a really, really bad move that can cause a massive spout of bearishness that we just don't need. On that note, also, guys, is that if Bitcoin does go down even to $9,000, it's actually breaking another really important piece of market structure, which is the 100 moving average out here on the daily chart. If we look at this moving average right here, Bitcoin has been above this moving average, and pretty much ever since it has been, we've been in the bull market, and we're getting close to coming down to it. But if we look back here on 2017, what we'll see is that once again, during the bull market, Bitcoin pretty much never went below this moving average. We had Bitcoin test it and come below it a little bit here and here, but more or less, Bitcoin never went below the combination of the 100 simple moving average on the daily chart and the 20 exponential moving average on the weekly chart. Those are the two long-term moving averages of support you need to be looking at, because those two define whether we're in a bull market or not. Keep those on your chart. Keep an eye on them as Bitcoin approaches $9,000 if that does happen, because we want to see how Bitcoin reacts to this. If Bitcoin comes below the 100 EMA for a day or two, that's not the end of the world. Even for like a week, that's really not the end of the world. It's happened quite a bit, but we do need to see Bitcoin getting support down there if that happens. So guys, to tie this technical analysis up in a bow, I do want to remind you that the fundamentals in Bitcoin have never looked better. The technicals don't look great right now, but even if the technicals on the medium term don't look great, out on the longer term, they do still look pretty good. We did have this bullish cross on the MACD, and it is still diverging bullish. At the same time, guys, we have to keep an eye on these technicals on the shorter term time frames, because something that happened on the 5-minute chart can escalate and happen and be significant on the 15-minute chart, and then that can escalate and be important on the hourly chart, 4-hourly chart, the daily chart, the weekly chart. And before you know it, what I just described is the crash below $6,000. Because if you go back on like the minute chart, I remember this, the crash below $6,000, it happened in the span of like 5 minutes. If we look back over here, I mean, this happened so quickly. Bitcoin started falling right here, and over the next couple of hours, it just dove. Right here, Bitcoin fell very, very quickly. Something that happened on the 1-minute chart that showed up down there can have ramifications that will last months. So guys, remember this, the slippery slope fallacy is not necessarily a fallacy, especially in cryptocurrency markets, and the same thing can be true for crashes. So watch out for that. Look at those levels of support, and we'll discuss whether or not we're going to actually bounce off of them, and whether or not we're even going to go to them in a future video, because we're already getting a little over time here. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and dive into this for just a second, and we'll wrap the video up. Samsung's cryptocurrency wallet quietly adds Bitcoin support. I'm really excited to see stuff like this happen, guys. I'm not really even going to read into this. If you want, this will be linked in the description. You can go read into this on your own. Pretty much what's going on here is that Samsung's cryptocurrency wallet, the blockchain key store, has added support for the flagship currency, Bitcoin, according to updated information on the South Korean giant's website. They've added that to several of their devices in just some specific countries. Like I said, guys, it's just one of those adoption stories that I'm really excited about. I want to continue seeing this kind of stuff come through and happen in the cryptocurrency space. I think the future for Bitcoin looks very bright, especially if major multi-$100 billion companies like Samsung continue to innovate in the cryptocurrency space, continue to adopt Bitcoin and blockchain technology. The future for Bitcoin, even if the technicals look bad for the next couple of months, could never look brighter. So guys, one of the reasons I want to bring this up is because I knew today's technical analysis would be quite bearish, and I wanted to give a way to remind you guys that no matter what happens on the chart, the future is bright for Bitcoin, and we don't have any reason to worry about our investment portfolios. We have nothing but gains ahead of us if we know what we're doing. And guys, in the spirit of knowing what we're doing, that is why I created the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. If you guys enjoyed today's technical analysis and you want to learn more about technical analysis so you can understand what these markets are doing, why they're doing them, how they move, so that you can plan and execute your profitable trades. If you want to learn how to work in these markets, it's very simple, guys. You need to invest in your education. With the coupon code down below, the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy is only $159. I'm not going to say any names, but there are some other courses out there that are $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 and cover the exact same thing that we do here. I come in at a tenth of that, teach you the exact same thing, and you can get the ball rolling and be trading, and using the rest of that money that you would have been spending on a much more expensive course to get the same information, you can use that as your startup capital to start trading. Guys, I'll be quite real with you. This course, I could easily charge $500 for this. I could easily charge $1,000 for this. I don't want to do that, guys. What I want to do is I want to bring you information so that you have incentive to go through it because you did pay for it, while also allowing me to build up the company and build up the channel here so I can keep bringing you guys free content, while also teaching you guys how to learn technical analysis. It's a win-win for both of us, and I know that you're going to enjoy this course. I know you're going to get a lot of value out of it because, guys, we've had nearly 800 people go through the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, and they all love it. I talk about CT2A every once in a while in live streams, and I mention, hey, is anybody in the chat in CT2A? And I'll always have 2 or 3 people in the live stream say, yeah, I'm in the course. I love it. It's a great course. You should definitely buy it. There's always someone that says that. Without fail, there's always someone in the live stream who has gone through the course and is really enjoying it. If you want testimony and you want to talk to people who are in the course, easiest way to do that is to join the Discord server down below, guys. A lot of the people that are active in the Discord server have gone through CT2A and they love it. So go talk to them if you have any doubts. Guys, what we do here, if you aren't familiar with the course, is that we go through the very basics, the introductory stuff, how to learn, how to do all of this stuff like setting up TradingView, how to set up Binance. By the way, I will be getting to updates for the course after this. And then we move through technical indicators, and I'll be honest with you guys, all of these videos, these 13, 14 videos, whatever it is here, this isn't even factored into the price of the course. These videos, the first half of the course, isn't even factored into the price because this is stuff that you can easily find online. What you can't easily find online is this stuff down here. And also what you can't easily find online is someone who's going to give you all of this information with the same teaching style, with the same teacher. I use the analogy sometimes, guys. How confusing would it be if every single day that you went to school you had a different teacher and they all had different teaching styles, they all had different homework, they all had all their homework was handed out in a weird different way? It would be very difficult. It would be so much harder. That's one of the reasons why CT2A exists. So guys, if you want to get $40 off the course price and get access to all current and future content, you can check the link in the description down below and use that coupon code August2019 at checkout. One thing I do want to mention also is that I am going to start revamping and revitalizing the course either starting next week or the week after. If you buy the course, you're going to get access to all current and all future content. I want to make that very clear. I'm not going to charge you a second time for updates to the course. All updates come to you and you are not charged for them again. I want to make that very clear because people have that question quite a lot. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I do really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you smash that like button down below. It really helps the videos to get ranked in the YouTube search algorithm and helps to get those videos out in front of people that are already in the cryptocurrency space so they can see the importance of what we're talking about here and in front of people that aren't in the cryptocurrency space. I remember I got into the cryptocurrency space because someone had good SEO in their video and got the video in front of me. I saw it, I clicked on it. 2 years later, here I am doing the exact same thing. So if you want to hit that like button, if you enjoyed the video only, make sure you smash that. Also, guys, if you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also that notification bell, guys. But fellas, I think that's going to have to do it for today's video. I will see you in tonight's live stream. I want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.